and take the right steps that we may have faltered early on in the so-called Arab Spring, in my opinion. I'm distressed by what is happening to the religious minorities in Egypt, specifically the Coptic Christians. Therefore, I'd like to know the nature of discussions the State Department may have had with the Syrian National Council and other opposition groups. Have any of those discussions centered on developing a constitutional framework that protects Christian, of course, all religious minorities, and allows the free practice of religion? Has that been the case? Have they had discussions? If not, why not?
Thank you, Congressman. Thank you for your question. The issue you have raised has been precisely the focus of every single interaction we have had with the Syrian opposition. We focused on 2 points in particular. And again, this is mainly with the Syrian National Council, but it would apply across the board to other organizations. Number one, it is absolutely essential that minorities, whether they be Christians, Alawis, Kurds, whatever, be adequately represented on the inside in these organizations. And there is significant progress being made in that direction. Number two,
can you elaborate a little bit on the progress being made?
Well, there are people being incorporated into the organization, particularly the Syrian National Council. The Syrian National Council is actively recruiting people, and it is having some success. Now, in some cases, and I'm sure you'll understand why this is the case, particularly for Syrian National Council members living inside Syria, it's important that their identities be protected. Okay? So you're not going to see a great deal of publicity about this. The second point we've been making is that the Syrian opposition has to be absolutely relentless, absolutely consistent in its messaging to all Syrians, but in particular to minorities, because Syrian minorities are indeed worried about the future, even as they acknowledge the rottenness of this regime. You know, the regime is so bad that Syrian Christians have often been at the head of immigration lines to head to places like the United States, Canada, France, Australia, places where there can be actual opportunity, places where there can be political freedom. I think what the opposition is looking for is a situation where Syrian Christians and other minorities don't feel compelled to leave the country.
Thank you very much. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, the gentleman yields back. Thank you.